Have you ever felt this way? You dream of something big. You imagine success. You see a better life. But when it's time to act, you delay. You say, tomorrow. If you have ever been ambitious but lazy, this story is for you. It may change how you see your life forever. Once upon a time, in a quiet village near the mountains of Hunan, there lived a young man named Li Wei. Li Wei was 24 years old, strong, healthy, and full of dreams. He often told his friends, "One day I will be the most skilled artisan in this village. My workshop will shine with beautiful creations. People will come to me for advice. Everyone will admire my work." Everyone admired Li Wei's ambition. But there was one problem. Li Wei was lazy. When the sun rose, other villagers went to work. Li Wei stayed in bed. While artisans molded clay, carved wood, and painted scrolls, he sat in the shade dreaming. When the villagers carried water, chopped wood, or prepared their shops, he said, "I will do it later." He always had big plans, but no action. He loved imagining success, but he hated doing the hard work that success required. One evening, his uncle, Master Shen, an old and wise craftsman, visited him. The uncle looked at Li Wei's empty workshop. The tables were bare, the shelves were empty. "Li Wei," he said, "why is your workshop empty? You speak of masterpieces, but all I see is dust and silence." Li Wei laughed. "Uncle, don't worry. I will start tomorrow. My workshop will be the finest." "Just wait," the old man sighed. He had heard this "tomorrow" many times before. So he decided to teach Li Wei a lesson. From his pocket, Master Shen took out 2 small jars. Inside each was a mysterious material. He handed them to Li Wei. "These are not ordinary materials," he said. "The first one is the material of ambition. If you work with it every day, it will form creations that bring skill, recognition, and wealth. The second one is the material of ease. If you use it, it will grow quickly, but it will spread chaos in your workshop. It will destroy everything else. Now, Li Wei, both are in your hands. Your future depends on which one you nurture." Li Wei looked at the 2 jars, one for ambition, one for ease. He thought, "Of course I will use the ambition material. I want success." But when the morning came, Li Wei felt tired. "I will start tomorrow," he whispered. Days passed. Finally, out of boredom, he mixed a little of both. He told himself, "Let's see what happens. I can always take care of them later." Weeks went by. Li Wei forgot about the jars. He spent his days idling, gossiping, and dreaming about his great workshop. Then one day, Li Wei went to his workshop. He stopped in his tracks. The jar of ease had spread everywhere. Its material had grown fast, sticky, and chaotic. It covered the tables, the shelves, even the floor. Clumps wrapped around tools and unfinished pieces. It had tangled across the room, choking the space. And the ambition material? Weak, small, almost dried out. It had received no care, no attention, no effort. What was meant to become magnificent, skillful creations now looked fragile and broken. Li Wei's dream of a great workshop was turning into a nightmare. Master Shen returned and saw the chaos. "Li Wei, look at your workshop," he said. "This is your life. Ambition is like a fragile material. It needs daily work, patience, and effort. Without care, it dies. But ease grows on its own. It spreads fast. It fills the space and destroys everything it touches. My son, you wanted to be skilled, to be admired, to create wonders. But your laziness has already stolen your future." Li Wei fell to his knees. His hands touched the ruined ambition material. His chest tightened. Tears filled his eyes. For the first time, he understood the truth. Dreams alone were not enough. Only effort could make them real. That night, he could not sleep. His mind replayed every wasted day, every empty promise, every lost opportunity. He whispered to himself, "If I don't change now, Ease will own me forever. The next morning, before the sun rose, Li Wei woke up. He started pulling out the clumps of ease with his own hands. It was hard. It hurt his back. His hands bled. But he kept going, one corner at a time. Slowly, he began to pay attention to the ambition material, kneading it carefully, forming it with patience. Day by day, he repeated the work. Every morning before sunrise, he returned to his workshop. Painful at first, tiresome, slow, but gradually the material of ambition grew stronger, firmer. Li Wei himself began to change. He was no longer lazy. Each small act of care strengthened both his skills and his resolve. The workshop, once empty and chaotic, slowly began to shine. Tools were organized. Pieces took shape. The space became productive. The villagers noticed. Li Wei's creations gained respect. His work spoke of effort, discipline, and mastery. He had fought his laziness and started to win. Weeks turned into months. Li Wei's workshop slowly transformed. The clumps of ease had been removed, cleared from every corner. The ambition material, once weak and fragile, had grown strong. It now formed magnificent creations, vases, scrolls, carved wood, and painted pieces that impressed everyone in the village. Li Wei himself had changed. His laziness had vanished, replaced by steady discipline. Each morning before the sun rose, he arrived at the workshop. His hands bled at times, his back ached, and some days felt endless, but he kept going. Every action, no matter how small, strengthened his skill, his patience, and his resolve. Villagers began to notice. They came to see his workshop. They admired his pieces. They asked for advice. They respected his dedication and the beauty he had created. Li Wei's reputation grew. One day, Master Shen visited again. He looked at the thriving workshop and smiled. "Li Wei," he said, "this is what effort can do. You see the difference between the material you nurtured and the one you ignored? This is life. Ambition, like a fragile material, needs your care every day. Laziness, like ease, grows on its own, but it destroys everything if left unchecked." Li Wei knelt, touching one of the strong creations, remembering the day the jars were first given to him. Tears filled his eyes again, but now they were different tears of understanding, of gratitude, and of resolve. He whispered to himself, "I will never let ease take over again. I will keep growing ambition every day, no matter the pain, no matter the effort." Li Wei's workshop became known throughout the village. People spoke of the artisan who had fought his laziness and won. They told stories of his dedication and how even the most fragile beginnings could flourish with care. But Li Wei knew this wasn't just about pottery or woodwork. This was about life. Every person holds two forces inside, ambition and ease. One will flourish if cared for daily. The other will spread without effort, choking everything else. Li Wei's story was proof. Dreams alone are not enough. Only consistent effort turns them into reality. Dear listener, Li Wei's story is not just about pottery or workshops. It is about life. Every one of us carries two forces inside. One is ambition. One is ease. Ambition will grow only if you feed it daily with effort, discipline, and action. It needs your attention, your sweat, your time. Without care, it stays small, weak, almost dying. Ease, on the other hand, grows on its own. It spreads quickly. It fills every corner. And if left unchecked, it destroys everything else: your dreams, your plans, your potential. If you are ambitious but lazy, remember Li Wei's workshop. Remember the jars on the day they were placed in his hands. Do not wait for tomorrow. Start today. Pull out the clumps of ease from your life. Remove distractions, excuses, and idle habits. Water your ambition. Work on your dreams every single day, even when it hurts, even when it is slow, even when no one sees. Because the longer you wait, the more your dreams will wither. Li Wei's transformation shows what is possible. From empty tables to a thriving workshop. From wasted days to mastery. From laziness to respect and achievement. You can do the same. Every small, consistent action compounds. Every effort you make strengthens your ambition. Every habit of procrastination feeds ease. So if you enjoyed this story and learned something valuable, don't forget to like this video. Subscribe to the Pathless Path and share it with someone who also has big dreams, but struggles with laziness. Together, we can grow our ambition. Together, we can remove the weeds of ease. Together, we can live the lives we dream of. Remember, your ambition is waiting. Your dreams are waiting. But they need you. Start now.